Welcome to this very special edition of the KAJ Masterclass Live, the show which ensures that you profit from your time spent here with experts, either through their industry insights, information, or simply learning from them. And today we have Joey Lye. She is an Olympic medalist, TEDx speaker, and executive coach. Welcome to the show, Joy.
Thank you, Ajay. Thank you so much for having me.
You are welcome to the show, Joy. You are welcome to India in this online form. And I'm sure not just in India, but a lot of people across the globe will benefit from what we are going to talk about. We'll be talking about leadership lessons. We'll be taking leadership lessons from you. We'll be talking about success. We'll talk about mindset. So, my first question to you, Joy, is to understand in today's time, what is it that you teach these business leaders? What can they learn about leadership from an Olympian like you? I want to understand, get into their minds through you.
Yes, I think at the end of the day, we all want success and we all want more money. We all want more free time. We all want more connection with our loved ones. And what I do is help leaders understand that it ultimately starts with us. And getting to know ourselves a little bit better, getting to know what happens in stress, what happens when we're in a state of growth, and how can we get the most out of ourselves and impact those around us in the most effective way.
Right, right. I guess it's a difficult work for you to teach these business leaders for reasons I'm telling you. Is that how do you teach a mindset which is a lot centered around themselves? For example, you, if I understand, were into softball. Am I right?
Yes, that is correct.
Softball is a team player game. 10 plus anything more, if I understand. I don't know anything about it. This is what I understand. But business leadership, they talk about playing as a team. When the time comes up, they lock their computers midnight and morning they are not able to do it. You learn about a leadership sort of thing, mindset different sort of a thing, success different way. How do you teach these people who lock their employees, leave their team when they need them the most? Help us understand. I want to understand this difference in the mindset of of a player, Olympian, as well as people. Some leaders are good, but a lot of people have shown that they are not leaders in crisis. So help us understand, how do you teach them? What is it that they come to you for?
I think one of the things that I've seen most commonly in sport and in the corporate space is that the leaders who are the most successful are ones that have figured out how to work through crisis, how to remain calm, remain poised when everything's going wrong. And one of the most important things to know is that success needs crisis. The top companies, the top teams have conflict and have figured out how to work together to get through it, how to communicate extremely clearly to get through it. They have values that are strong and within their entity every single day. And I think that whether you're in sport or you're in the boardroom or you're leading an organization, it all comes down to, do we have clarity? Do we have strong values? Have we figured out how to communicate within our business or team? And can we maintain that clarity through crisis?
Right, right. In terms of, you see, now let's understand success and dreaming about things. In your case, you were very a child at that point in time. You, in your third grade, you wrote in your book about being an Olympian. But a lot of people say that, talk about so many things in childhood, then things change. They talk about being an astronaut, and later they become a marketing executive or whatever they want to, or so many other things. How important is to dream as early as possible? And many people take a lot of time to figure out exactly what their dream is all about. How should they look at, building something of a dream, a purpose, whenever it is? How do you lead these two things? One was in your case, and one you must be meeting many other leaders who must be still trying to figure out where they want to go in life. So help us understand, how do you put that across to people?
I think it's probably pretty unique that I had a dream as an 8-year-old and that dream has come true. You see more and more that children have dreams and the people around them or the society as a whole kind of stomps on those dreams and tells them, it's unrealistic, it's not very likely that that will happen, and so you should dream just a little lower. And I think my message is dream as big as you want, because at the end of the day, if you are dreaming for the absolute top and end up just a little bit short, that's still going to be an amazing experience, amazing outcome, amazing achievement. If we constantly are telling people to lower their dreams, lower their dreams, lower their dreams, then we're not going to empower those people to achieve their full potential, even if it isn't that full dream. And so I think it's extremely important to continue telling everybody that I encounter, whatever your dream is, amazing, can you amplify it, can you make it even bigger? And then whenever it is that you achieve the end of your dream, either you're going to hit that mark or you're going to be somewhere pretty darn close, because you are committed to it, you're passionate about it, and it doesn't come easy, let me tell you that. It takes a lot of hard work. And I think there was a point in my life where I lost touch with that, and I allowed the people around me and society to tell me that it wasn't achievable. And it took getting close. I got cut from Team Canada. I tried out and I got cut, and it took that to actually light a fire in my belly again and remind me that it's not easy. If I really want this, I'm going to have to work really hard for it. How committed am I? And it was a test, and thankfully I passed and was able to get on the team and play a 12-year career, ending at the Olympics on the podium with my teammates, and fulfill that childhood dream. That's not always the answer, but I think if we shoot for the stars, we're gonna have a pretty good outcome there.
Absolutely. So 2 points here. How do you protect your dream? Because there are lots of voices from outside which want to get into your head. Second thing is, how do you keep yourself motivated? Because the final is a long way from where one sees that dream, and then you need to continuously keep yourself motivated. There will be hundreds of things which will keep you demotivated. In terms of leadership, you see, as soon as a problem comes, forget about the motivation, they change all plans in the name of strategy. And they always keep on, you as a athlete, you a player, you keep an eye on the long term. This is what needs to be. A lot of leaders, they always keep the eyes on the numbers, and those numbers are not very far off. Those numbers are always either on the stock price or on the bottom line, and that leads their action. How do you see this difference in dealing with dreams that is not there only, but also in terms of leadership, it is about hundreds and hundreds of people whose dreams are about a good life with that company, with that organization, and one fine morning it gets shattered. So I want to understand that motivation part. How do you keep motivation? Secondly, how do you tell those leaders to keep the motivation alive for themselves, because so many lives are also dependent around it?
I think one of the most interesting things is I get that question more than any other question. How do you stay motivated? And at the end of the day, in my experience, it's more about discipline with daily action. It is, yes, about, am I motivated in the long term to reach that big goal? But more so, am I dedicated? Am I disciplined on the daily to do the small things that are going to get me there. And I think sometimes we get really focused and really caught up on how big and how overwhelming our goal can be. And we almost don't even get started, or we don't take the steps that we need to because it seems overwhelming, versus focusing on what are the small things I can do today in order to be one step closer to that goal of not just meeting my bottom line, but exceeding my bottom line. What do I need to do today that is going to set myself up and my team up to have that long-term success, and not just have success today, but falter tomorrow? So what are those daily habits we can put into action? What are those process goals we can have? And I think one of the biggest lessons that I learned as an athlete was the more you focus on the process and the more you focus on the daily things, the more the outcome takes care of itself. And once we commit to that, it is unreal how much success comes your way. Understanding yourself as a leader, what are the things that are going to keep me in check? Do I put a background on my phone that is going to remind me of my big goal every single day and keep me motivated and remind me every time I pick my phone up, yes, that is why I'm working through this challenge today. That is why I'm doing this. That is why I'm committed to my team. Do you leave a little note on your coffee mug, or on the, when you open that cupboard to go grab your coffee mug in the morning, it's there. So you're reminding yourself why you're doing the things that you're doing, why you're getting up and going to work, and just really tapping into yourself and keeping yourself on track on a daily basis.
Right, Joey. When you were preparing for Olympics, your teammates, when you visualize themselves, all of you or yourself, what was the visualization like? Was it about the claps that you will get, the people you will get, will be shouting your name, or was it about something else? How do you visualize a dream? What is the outcome that you can visualize? I want to again relate it to the leaders. Does any leader come to you and say, listen, Joy, I want to make the lives of my employees better? Or it's always about their own success that's in their eyes, and I want to understand this vis-a-vis both the ways.
For our team, our motivation was to win the gold medal, and we ended up winning bronze. So again, I'll go back to what we were talking about earlier about shooting for the stars and having that huge goal. Canada had never medaled in softball at the Olympics, and we every single day had the goal in the back of our minds of winning the gold medal. And that's what motivated us every single morning. We are going to do this. We're working together, and we were committed as a group. So we had worked really hard on our team culture to increase our buy-in from top to bottom. Every single person on our team was committed to our mission to win a gold medal. And I think that as a group is so powerful. How many businesses can you walk into and every single employee is committed to that one big goal? I think it's pretty rare. And oftentimes it's because there's a lack of clarity, there's a lack of communication, there's a lack of strong values. And those are the things that I think leaders can focus on in order to create that kind of environment where every single employee can see and understand what they're working towards, and they can feel it when they talk to one another, when they walk into work in the morning. It's there. It's hard to describe, but they can feel it. And when companies and leaders understand how impactful one person is, how impactful how you walk in, how you present yourself, how you connect with others can be to the entire environment, that's when you see the magic happen.
Right, absolutely. Everyone waits for their magic. Sometimes, some magic happens if you work too hard for it. If you take others along with you, you have the team spirit alive. But I want to understand then, how do you tell these leaders, business leaders, C-suites, about success? How do they see success as? Because you will talk success in a different language, they will understand success in a different language. And so where does that calibration happen? Do they get you, or or you get them better and you understand that things won't change? How does it work actually on the ground?
What I've learned about working with other people is that we all want to be seen, we all want to be understood, and we want to be heard. And one of the most impactful things that you can do as a coach is ask questions. And that is what I do, whether I'm in the athletic space or whether I'm in the corporate space, is ask questions, figure out what are these people struggling with right now? What are their biggest challenges? What fears do they have right now? And really getting to understand the person that I'm working with, the concerns that they're having. What are their dreams? What are their biggest dreams? And then I can start to speak their language and really get to the nitty-gritty of daily actions and what their company can look like and how they can impact that on a daily basis, and how ultimately doing this work will help their bottom line.
Absolutely. So what fears do they generally talk about, Joy, so that we can know about the fears of leaders?
They vary widely. I think fear of failure is probably the biggest one and covers a lot of the fears that come up, whether it's I can't keep employees, our retention. And so all I'm thinking about all the time is how do we get people to, how do we hire people? How do we hire the right people? And fear of not meeting the bottom line, fear of failing their family and not having the lifestyle that they have set their family up to have. And I think a lot of the fears and challenges that come up are around failure, which is true probably in sport too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, times have changed a lot. Today is the world of artificial intelligence. And on the leader side, it's all about empathy and so many things that they talk about that is missing. How do you have an ideal in mind in terms of leadership that you want this leadership to look forward to, or you just go with the flow of their ideal leadership? How do you push put just like in your mind you had this Olympic medal? Okay, this is what I want, this is the ideal for me which we have to set. How do you know what is the ideal leadership in today's time? A lot of people have devised many different words: conscious leadership, heart-filled leadership, and so many other forms of leadership. I get confused by those words. So help us understand what is the right kind of leadership that will help in today's time, especially in businesses.
The right kind of leadership is authentic leadership. Everyone has their own style, and I think what's really cool about leadership is that anyone can lead. Anyone can learn to be an incredible leader. And there are so many moments, so many interactions that I've had where individuals feel like they have to fit a certain mold. They have to look a certain way. They have to act a certain way. And the reality of leadership is, if you are authentic and you are committed to your values and you communicate well, you are clear with the people around you, you will have success. And you don't have to fit a certain mold or act a certain way. And I think that's something that's really special about leadership.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You put it, leaders break the mold, don't always fit into the mold. until unless the mold is perfect and you want to create a prototype for yourself from that mold. Whatever be that, whatever it is, there is much to learn from you, Joey, and I'm sure a lot of people would want to learn from you, know more about you, more about your mastermind. So help us understand about the upcoming mastermind for C-suite executives that you are conducting very soon.
This C-suite mastermind lasts for 10 weeks and only 6 seats are available. It is intimate. We get real. We talk about how to find the most success possible within your business and help your bottom line, increase employee buy-in, and increase retention. All of these fears that executives often have, we get down to the nitty-gritty of it. And my favorite part about it is that we allow the individuals to dictate exactly where we travel in those 10 weeks because we customize our sessions to the current challenges and help them address them and move forward as a more confident, stronger leader, which ultimately creates a stronger and more confident business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As I said, there is much to learn from you, learn about you. One final question is that being an, Olympic medalist, or when you are trying for a medal, you know who will give you the medal. For the leader, who gives medal to the leader? How do they get their medal? Who gives them? Is it the employees? Is it they give it to themselves? Is it the people? Is it the society? In ways they need to be rewarded if at all they are doing something good. So how should they look at the medal part? That award seeking tendency, reward seeking tendency is always there in humans. Somewhere they want to see that, okay, this is the destination I have arrived. So how should leaders look at that medal in their own sphere of success?
Yeah, I think another really incredible thing is that we as leaders can define what success is to us, and we can communicate that with our employees, with our families, with ourselves, and really dictate when and how we celebrate that success. In the Olympic space, the coaches actually don't get a medal, and so that's a pretty unique position to be in. Whereas I think in the corporate space, often the leaders are the ones who are given the accolades and get the certificate or the recognition for where the company goes. And it's an interesting balance to find where we are excited for those things. We want to help people strive for them and continue to have humility and understand that it is a team effort and it is everyone within the company who is buying into your goals and your vision and helping you get there. But at the end of the day, how do you as an individual want to celebrate your success? Do you want to throw a party for your team? Do you want to throw a party for the whole company? Do you want to have a meeting or have a celebratory day or have a take a field trip with the leadership or give the employees an extra day off? It is unbelievable how much people will appreciate those unexpected gifts throughout the year. They're working hard, they're committed to what's going on, they're helping you progress and surprising those people in a way where they're going to appreciate you even more and continue to work even harder for you. So I don't know if there's a specific answer for how to do that, but we can get creative and continue to motivate our employees.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Joey. So, as I said, people who would like to connect with you, leaders who would like to be a part of your mastermind, what is the best way for them to do so?
The best way would probably be to connect on LinkedIn, which I can be found Joey Lye. There I will be. And if they're not on LinkedIn, email or any kind of social media. And my email is joey.lie@olympian.com. org. Can't wait to work with you.
Wonderful. With this, it's a wrap on this very special edition of the KAJ Masterclass Live. Thank you so much indeed for joining us.
Thank you for having me.